To Urqopacha. The approachable Pelu is awaiting your questions. I've been waiting for what feels like days and eaten through most of Urqopacha's tacos to feed an army. Still haven't gotten any tacos, goddammit. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Urqopacha, we depart from the Arch of the Dawn, then take the road west at the first fork. Should we be wary of anything along the way? That is indeed the way to Urqopacha. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the Alpaca? Oh, this is like the chocobo for the region? Okay. How cute. These animals can traverse Urqopacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Alpacas are native to Dawntrail. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities where it is not needed anyway? Huh, but must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you could imagine. I see. What do they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. Except for you. Really doing this, then. So, was my information useful to you? Is she expecting payment? Yes, very helpful. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good. I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? They are like Lalafell. I guess I should have expected as much from Pelu Merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. It sounds fine to me, I guess. Here you go, fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. Wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. Instantly pulls on the wool. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Urqopacha, then that's what we'll do. Yeah, suck it up. You want to be Dawn Servant, right? I'm gonna be king of the Dawn Servants.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea.
Ooh, pretty.
Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urqopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Servant, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
That is super tall. The regular ground area vaguely reminds me of the Azim Steppe, kind of, but just way more cactuses. Cacti?
So this is Urqopacha. I've never actually been here before.
Really? It's like right next to your place, though.
The air
air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som Al.
Oh, yeah.
That is Urqopacha, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk-Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places.
Who is this guy? Is he hot? Oh, god damn it. Oh no, that hair! Why does he have anime hair? Oh well. The hair on that guy.
but I should introduce myself. I am Bolnok, a weaver by trade.
Okay, Bolnok.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Wachumeqimeqi.
Truly, I've just come from there, as it happens.
I'm never gonna remember these names. I mean, granted, there were some other names throughout the games where I was kind of like, that place that looks like this, and I have to describe it, but these names definitely are going to take a little getting used to.
I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of Mescal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mescal, is that a local beverage?
I think you're too young for that, Alize.
It's an Urqopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories.
Yep.
I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels.
Wait, what? Just come up to tell me about drinking Mescal and shearing sheep, and then, okay, bye. Okay.
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
But it's not like a vote, right? That's why we're doing these challenges?
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers.
Okay.
And many
I don't need to know the Wikipedia about Pelu Pelu, though. Let's just continue.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Wachumeqimeqi is down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
Yeah, I guess there's a giant aetheryte crystal. This is it! Wachumeqimeqi, home of the Pelu Pelu. Wuk-Lamat should have arrived before us. It's literally just a short walk down the hill. Maybe she's like a Stinian and she's already bought something way too expensive for what it actually is. Oh, that's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with a future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate, then, that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. Oh. Trying to, appeal to her... Well, does she have an ego? Maybe partially. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, third promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady, huh? Think I like the sound of that? Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Aaronville, when did you... Ah, Shatona from far-off Zaktural? Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. Selling pretty hard there. No thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course. My shop door is always open. Now, I might want to shop if you got something that looks Ishgardian. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Urqopacha fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. Valuable insight to the minds of the Pelu. Let's all take Aaronville's words of caution to heart. Where is Estinian? Because if Estinian is having his own fucking solo adventure while we're doing this whole expansion, he probably went poor right here. Because he does not know how to spend money, and I'm sure they were able to convince him of some kind of, I don't know, some wool usage of some sort. Creators of happiness. Urqopacha is ready to search out the Dawn Servant's elector. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's see what we came to do. Find the elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kryl, Alize, and I will speak with the merchants. Urqopacha, you and Aaronville try to approach travelers and passerby. So they really always stick me with Urqopacha and one other person. Gaddis, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Time to go shopping. The Dawn Servant's elector? Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it? Me, I don't care much who sits on the throne so long as they keep Tural peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mescal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? Joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. Yes, but the game won't let me. Oh, right, yes, you're asking about the elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobly, could probably tell you more about it. The game doesn't let me drink alcohol. Have I ever had any alcohol? I don't think so. I mean, I've been poisoned by people. Electors. Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoral Ja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers, in the thousands column potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? Please just answer my question. Oh no, I have to be definitive and say no, I would not. Very well. You said you wanted to know about the elector? I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no supporter of Zoral Jara's policies. But I'm not gonna buy any of your stupid shit, goddammit. Be that way. I have literally 25 million gil in my pocket and not a penny of it? Wait. Are they pennies? Not even a single gill is going to you. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you. And that stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobly, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobly noticing. He notices everything that happens on this ranch. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of Mescal and a stack of blankets. And then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobly is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we paid a visit before the others return. I mean, where I just was? Oh, that's a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not that I'm scared, of course. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobly? Tobly? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. Would I have to figure that out for myself? You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobly often mentions his favorite pungent subject. What? He also can't resist a profitable trade. Though who among us could, am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Huh, so it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobly a deal he can't ignore. Okay, Godfather. No problem at all. I gave him an offer he can't refuse. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobly. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great, we can meet back here to share our impressions. You think I might be Tobly? Haha, well maybe I am. All I'll say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. Okay. Am I Tobly? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the Third Promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? Okay, these guys are fucking around. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Huh? Well, obviously I'm not Tobly. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobly is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck! Well, I mean, you're the only one that's wearing bright pink clothing where everybody else looks the same, so that's already suspicious. I see we're both done with our interrogations. I don't know if I'd call it an interrogation. I don't think she knows what that means. So who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. Oh, I don't get to say her because she's wearing pink. The diligent ranch hand. I don't even think any of these guys are. And I actually don't remember what they said. Maybe the nonchalant one.
The nonchalant ranch hand.
He seemed unconvincing to me, but if that's your choice, then that's who we'll talk to. Tobly, I offer you a deal. The truth of who you are in exchange for a tidy sum. What do you say? Well, don't already give it to him. I say hand over the coin. The truth is, I'm not even a ranch hand. I just like to come by and watch the alpacas. What the fuck? Get out of here. What? You don't even work here? I knew I should have gone with my gut on this one. But now is not the time to mourn wasted coin. We need to regroup and rethink this. Just give them all money. Easy way to find out. Alright. The diligent ranch hand? I mean, we're just gonna go through each one, aren't we?
The diligent ranch hand?
Ah, the worker's so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. We know it's you, Tobly, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I'll gladly accept. As you've correctly guessed, I'm indeed Tobly, head ledger of Wachumeqimeqi and head rancher of the family ranch. I'm also one of Gulul Jaja's chosen electors. Alright, cool. Give me the little candy key and let's be on our way. Aha! And a place featured in the Toliolal saga, just as we thought. Though it took more coin than I would have liked to know for certain. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. She found you out fair and square, Tobly. And I'm glad she did. It would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
This guy's voice sounds like a mix of Zevran from Dragon Age and like the fucking racist like Asian aliens from Phantom Menace. But they would never do anything to oppose the Senate. It's like, just mush those two things together and you get whatever that voice is.
Right. Not hard at all.
Oh, now here's the other guy.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobly, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobly. That's part of the test.
Oh, that makes them go away for... Oh, wait. Doesn't even ask them anything? No, don't look towards the right one. You just ruined the whole test.
You're Tobly.
I
mean, I guess it's effective.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed.
Or slightly Paolo Montalban voice.
With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Wouldn't that be kind of easy? I mean, I guess the other ones, it's harder for them to just not kill one outright. She's gonna hate that.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Is he gonna say that the wild ones are like fucking like frothing at the mouth like murderers or something? Really hard to catch until you like break them.
Bring out the example!
Okay, this dude is like too extra for me. Is this the one that spat?
This is a special kind of alpaca.
Oh no.
Would you please approach the animal, third promise?
Uh-oh. Spitting time.
Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah! The little monster spat on me! Oh, that stinks.
Gross.
I can't.
Is she gonna barf? Oh. Sounded very close to vomiting.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
What? Is that a thing?
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out.
Ugh.
They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Oh, really? I just sit back in town and drink mescal?
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Works for me.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Okay.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors.
Oh, he doesn't care about that.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
Hey, I thought you were not supposed to bring your ally.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Here's the real test if she could do this shit on her own without us helping her.
Are you all right, Urqopacha? We thought we heard you scream.
What if he goes, "Phew, what is that smell?"
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
Alright. Had to go to wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me just to make... what? No thanks. Just to make sure. The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. I ain't sniffing you, cat lady. As Urqopacha helped demonstrate, the Valley Alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wait, just tell him that little factoid? Wonderful, give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. You still got money, right? They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel, in the thousands column. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes to around 1 million or so, perhaps. Dude, I have 25 million. Just take one of mine. Mayhap if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case... One pel to start you off? That basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you could trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I could turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million, so we're looking at 100 times more. All right. I panicked and got it confused with Alphino's million gil. Me no math. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guide the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Urqopacha goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. What did their noses look like? Are they just small people, or does the beak thing on their helmet actually hide, like, a beak? They're little ducks? Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It might be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yeah, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly. Although, Gaddis, I think you should go with Urqopacha. Why me? They're just trading and things. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over and surely have sage advice to share. Yeah, the advice I have is just take my 1 million gil and let's be done with it. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Gaddis anyway. I better keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. Something I could do for you? We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. Doesn't look pleased. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mescal. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mescal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Well, don't say it in front of this dude. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mescal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Sir Al-Jaw will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Well, pink lady, you screwed us. It's your fault. She should have to cough up the extra money, because it's her fault. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring in more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when clans were at war. Many of the Pelu pray for your victory, Wuklamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles and have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the first promise plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yakhui ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become the Dawn Servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mescal the saddlemaker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or a stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tuliyola on the line. Then neither will I. We will make you the Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's first try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. Does this really work, though? There's gonna be some kind of situation that, like, unnaturally bumps up the value, I bet. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Wasn't the actual Mescal person? Oh, yeah, that guy. That guy was a little too eager, so maybe that's the best option. Where did that guy go? Of course, the Weaver! Balnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. Then we'll find him dead. It's like, oh no, now we can't do that. He was eaten by wolves. This is the spot. After Balnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Icluvo's Inn. Most visitors to Wachumeqimeqi end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Can I have that basket, Gaddis? Sure. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Balnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise, you wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? How much do you have on you? I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mescal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace in Tural is what allows me to cross freely into lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I prefer that one pledged to preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray wait, he's not going to buy from us? He's giving us his poncho? Isn't he going to be cold? Small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. It's very generous, Balnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. Wait, did he take our wool also? Or did he just give us that? Okay, I guess he took it. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Gaddis remembered our Weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading, one which you've instinctively mastered. Okay. You're being very generous by saying you've mastered that. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Gaddis, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Erinville would never let me hear the end of it. All set. Our next deal is waiting to be found. What? What is this fucking UI here? You success. You traded a 100 pel basket of alpaca wool for a 500 pel wool. Okay. We're gonna see that little thing every time? How many times are we gonna see that? Leveraging connections is, oh my god. The connections thing? This is reminding me of fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake. Where they took that bit where, like, in the original, Tifa never took Cloud aside and said, hey, let's waste like an hour teaching you how to do business with people, which really just came down to, like, you'll do like 3 fetch quests so that you eat up time before we advance the plot. Making connections. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if something needs a poncho? Or someone needs a poncho? I mean, if they look fucking cold? They're not wearing one? That's the easiest option.
They aren't wearing one?
That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We'll look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We'll find the demand for our supply. This is such bare bones. Just find people without jackets on. Why not? So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Okay, travelers that weren't properly prepared for the weather. Who need this halfway naked guy right here? Who needs a poncho? A lot of Mamul Jah hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamul Jah who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. Oh. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamul Jah carrying arms can be struck off the list. How about the disconcerted one? He looks more normal. Let's see. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Ah, we might have a winner. You're practically naked, sir. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it's no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliolal and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show the Pelu I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho. This would be a perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade. For one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. How much is that worth, though? The blade looks sharp, the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh, from 500 to 1,000? We have a deal. Well, don't tell them how much it was worth. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should get me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the Eponius owner of Miplu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate. Oh, no, mate. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter. I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. Exactly what she did not want to hear. These ones will be the calm type, right? Just don't look freaked out at them. Excellent. Here we go again. Success. You've traded a 500 pel wool poncho for a 1,000 pel hatchet. Hey, they make like a little overlay for that. You have one big enough for an Ellison? Well done recognizing that toolmaker's a potential customer. If you've a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. Oh no, 0 slots remaining. Oh, battle dance materia. Get rid of that shit. Nablu's dream. Wuklamat steals herself for the ride to find your next trading partner. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. It always makes me hold it. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up! And it's off to the mate fields we go. They pounce. Whee! Please don't spit. Please don't spit. You'll be fine. These are ones that are accustomed to people. The springy jumping is funny to me. You have a knack for riding, no matter what you say. Without our alpaca friends, we Pelu would never become traveling merchants. Can you imagine walking all the way across Tyrol? Oh, I swear that mountain is too tall to be real. A forbidding sight, isn't it? One I've never appreciated up close. You have to take the long way around the cliffs to get there, to the highlands belonging to the Yakhui. It's giving me XP just for running around, so that's good. So Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work? Oh, no. I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. It's just, I'm not sure I have the talent for it. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though, then it'd be proof that I can do this after all. My god. In that case, you better get ready to be a merchant. Oh, there's yellow cactuars. Look, we're almost there. What are they called? It's moving too fast. I can't see. I can't even click on them. This thing won't let me stop. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Urqopacha's inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was? Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobly took me in. You took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Urqopacha's way with people and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise and let's get to bargaining. Wait, so did I even need to be here? So much of this is happening without even me doing it. I'm just the person holding the shit. You have that little axe for me? Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields? I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large stack of mate leaves in exchange. A sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. The deal would bring us no closer to the Mescal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. Uh-oh. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the Third Promise's good graces. Surely that's worth consideration? I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the Second Promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Urqopacha. That's why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help you bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? Ugh. As a matter of fact, I would. Until Koana's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. But don't you have to do this yourself? Shouldn't I just sit and watch? Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Gaddis and I have mate together. I don't have it to gather it. You're supposed to do this shit yourself. You cheater. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. 5? I mean, 3 is already annoying enough. I feel like in Endwalker when we were doing the 2 side things. Now granted, okay, the nerd club side did feel like a lot of this kind of stuff. Like we had to go to the library and read a bunch of the books and read X number of things and then come back to each other. I feel like I guess we did help out the elephants, the Arcasadora, for the Cool Dudes Club group. But I don't know. I think there was enough narratively there that it was still interesting to me. This one, I don't really care about just constantly trading shit. Like, sure, okay, we're making weird deals and we have to kind of get creative to get these trades going. But it's like, ultimately, I don't care about the trades. It's like, I just want to get the next key item. And it's not like she's doing anything like a genius. She's doing some pretty basic trading. Oh, here we brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. So how much are we getting from this? Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value for your labor to the price of the hatchet, I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our greatest high-quality mate leaves. Wait, so we just farm them for you to give them back to us? Give me money, though. Premium mate. Bought at the shop. One sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Then I think we could bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. So now we got a bunch of leaves. Mablu, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before. Even after everything Tobly's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. Making this person's side story. I don't care. Do what you want to do in your life. Be happy. Follow your dreams. End of story. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobly to accept my decision then? Look, people make mistakes. Okay. Have you mentioned your plans to leave?
Have you mentioned your plans to leave?
Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Terrell's peace, and becoming Dawn's servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobly held the same opinion, so talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next, then? We try to trade our tea leaves or something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium Mescal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? You think you can do it? Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kwana and Zoral Jaw? I mean, you've barely done anything yet. It's kind of a little too early to say. You've done one challenge completely. I mean, of course I am. I'm Urqopacha of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Oh, there's the fake bravado. Gaddis doesn't like that. Look at his face. He's like, stop pretending to be a badass. Seeing that on top of his angry face is funny to me. Success! You traded something for something. Disapproving dad look. He's like, I've been in the craftsman trade. I have several of these jobs. Oh no, okay. I have goldsmithing and weaver, which is very profitable. I have those maxed out, or they used to be maxed out. I think I know what I'm talking about. A premium deal. Urqopacha has her eye on a jug of premium mescal. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Arenville's point. Is there a reason why she keeps giving it to me? I feel like this is some foreboding thing. Like, I'm gonna drop the shit. And then we're not gonna have anything. Does she not have any pockets? Ready then? Our next stop is the Mescal distillery. I mean, they need the leaves for that, right? So that's probably why they pay such a high price. We'll want to speak with a man by the name of Tobly. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we're to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're gonna need targeted information. That means asking her— oh no! It's like fetch questception. We're already doing the fetch quest, and then inside the fetch quest we have more fetch quest. Now we need gossip. Let me guess, one of 3 people? If you could talk to people here in the distillery goddess, perhaps Urqopacha would do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head north and see what I can learn. I swear to God, if there's 3 things on here. 3, you motherfucker! 3s! 0 of 3! Me? I'm a chef from Tulialo. I often come here to buy Tobly's mescal, the finest in Tyrol according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It'd be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations, else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. Tobly might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, we'll be laughed out of Sunperch. Or he'll be laughed out of Sunperch. Maybe we should have given him the poncho. There's not much I can say about Tobly, but I can tell you what Tobly's been saying. The other day, he was muttering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for mescal. Who wants to bet that I have to kill at least 3 monsters in that field for him to agree to our deal? Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. You can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the things they love. So what did you find out? Something I'm not gonna like. Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Tobly is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and I'll bring Urqopacha. I feel like the one unspoken thing that they don't mention, which I think is still valid, especially if you're working in government or whatever, is the concept of work smarter, not harder. If somebody, like my character, had ample money and was willing to just give them the money up front so we could move this along so that you could get right to getting the other keys, wouldn't that be more efficient? Rather than this really weird daisy chain of events. You have business with me, sir? Why don't we talk down below so not as to distract the alpaca from his work? Now what's this about? Keep it brief if you would, I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mescal, assuming you had any on hand, that is. An excellent choice. I must warn you though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, like the Mescal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. Oh, that's what you get for getting a bunch of leaves. No deal, just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of Mescal? Oh. He's playing hard to get. Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? The one that means I don't have to do extra work? The Hubigo Chief's distaste for strong drink. Gobly's invitation to the palace. You know I'm supposed to say the monsters in Agave Fields, but I don't want to do that. How about Gobly's invitation to the palace? We can get him in there. Let's hold on to that one. We need to consider our timing. Oh my god. Fine. Then the Hubigo chef's distaste for strong drink? No? Okay. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, a Hubigo chef, is the same. Seeing as not everyone else can enjoy Mescal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. You're right, absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hubigo friend, but I did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the Mescal you're after. Oh god, now I'm going to have to do the other thing. Gonna make me have to kill stuff. Should we offer to cull the monsters, causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve till we need it. Which means we'll need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your Mescal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes. I must admit I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I can secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional Mescal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared. And first impressions last. You want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Wachumeqimeqi. It would be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. Because you're wearing the same shit everybody else wears. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid. But we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bal Nock, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliolal. Does he know we're doing that part of the deal? As a supporter of Urqopacha and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I would like to take full advantage of. The scales still aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in Agave Jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I'd be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and an introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Gaddis and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bal Nock. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wachumeqimeqi. Be safe. All of this could have been avoided if the pink kid didn't say in front of the saddle maker, oh, Urqopacha something something. Like, if we hadn't given away that she was the third promise, the price wouldn't have been driven up artificially. So it's all her fucking fault. The Pelu Pelu are traders, so that's how they're trying to get you accustomed to this. It's just really kind of, I don't know, sloppy. That should be Agave Jaws just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you've finished clearing out your share of the pests. I like the Hanu one. It was cute. Maybe my mistake was doing that one first, although I had no clue what these things would entail. If I had done this first and then done the Hanu one, maybe I wouldn't... Like, I'm almost spoiled by the Hanu one. Because I liked it. But I guess that's kind of always how it is with, like, the two-part quest or the split quest. One of them always seems to be better than the other, and I don't know if that's intentional. I don't think it is. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Mablu the sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Now I'm starting to fantasize, considering that this guy adopted all kinds of different kids. What if one of them... Like, everybody here kind of looks like they belong. What if one of them was like, a fucking orphaned Ellison that was found in, like, in the local area. And so he adopts the kid, and then because there aren't any other Ellison around, it makes that kid look even more, like, unique and maybe picked on and stuff. So they'd have even more to prove than a Hrothgar or even a Makote. They probably have some kind of representation, like, in the area. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have those sack of leaves... Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Tobly. Here's the mate leaves and a written introduction to Ball Knock, as agreed. Yay! Finally we can get the saddle. We still haven't even gotten the alpaca yet. But presuming that she has to do it herself, it'll probably just be like a cutscene? And the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium Mescal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. And drop the bottle. It breaks on the ground and we have to do this all over again. Yes, we finally have the Mescal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. That's right. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. How old are they? They all look the same age. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand, for now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Get this fucking saddle. They also stopped doing the... Oh, god damn it. I was about to say they stopped doing the excellent trade thing, and then they just did it. Fuck you, game. Had to prove me wrong right then. Urqopacha in the saddle. Alright. Urqopacha's ready to return to Tobly. Even at the palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000 pel jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it till we get to the saddle maker. Aha! Can you imagine if we dropped it and had to stall Earl? Don't even joke about that, Mablu. Can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start all over again? Luckily, Tobly's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. Just make it like a fucking mini game of like your Ellison trying to keep his balance for some reason suddenly, like walking up the hill. Don't drop it. This is it. The trade we've been working towards. Here's your Mescal. Whew, still in one piece. Right. Time to make our deal. I swear, if this guy's changing the deal, I will kill him. I will heal. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We've brought your precious Mescal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing. A few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. I changed my mind. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zoral Ja, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, Third Promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now it's all up to you, because I'm not supposed to help you here. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. Ah, I can taste that smooth mescal already. We did it! The saddle's ours! Well, cheer when you actually have the alpaca, though. And to think we started out with only a 100-pelt basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you're going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that, Third Promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. What the hell? Why did this have its own tune? Success. You traded... Yes, we got that. Is that like a fanfare that now is in the crafting jobs or something? Or was this just a one-time thing for this? You've acquired the saddle then? Yep. Yes, and in no small part, and thanks in no small part to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring one out of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I can spit on you repeatedly. I like how when my character looks at her, it looks just like he's always judging her. I know he looks practically like he's bored, but it's a very judgmental face now that his face has changed with this update. I know. This is something I need to learn. Oh, the tense music for this. But I thought they're supposed to like the smell of the saddle. Ooh, no spit sounds. Great sunken gods, I did it! Oh. There you go. It has a cute little, like, side pouch and everything. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Urqopacha's touch. And it only took forever. That is because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. Could we have just gotten a bottle of whatever that scent is? Oh well. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but... you're actually kind of cute. You're only now noticing that? Oh, did he already come back with one? It's like carrying it. Zoral Ja, he's back. He got a fucking gold one? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter what kind as long as you get an alpaca. Having done exactly what he set out to do. That alpaca he's brought, is it just me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. He is quite the overachiever. He didn't even need a saddle. How did you manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Urqopacha. Everybody has to talk trash here. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tural can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. Why isn't this part voiced? This whole cutscene should be voiced. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Gaius? Is that you, Gaius? Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tuliolal all those years ago. Considering the younger generation of this village, since birth they have basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as a tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much, needed lessons in the realities of conquest and renewed appreciation for peacetime. 'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellions it spawned, and the ruins it left behind. Yes, we know you've been to Garlemald. Can these twins stop talking about Garlemald for 2 seconds? You precious Garlemald. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Golul Jaja did not elevate the Mamul Jah, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tuliolal, but the star in its entirety. This dude thinks he's taking over Eorzea? That's gonna be interesting. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone. Oh, it's a Jolly Rancher this time. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even with Kona. It's like we're not even family. A little white thing on the mountain. Back to the happy music. Fucking golden and golden alpaca in the background. I'll ponder Zoraal and his mysteries later. Right now I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle, I practice how to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of That's it, Urqopacha. The valley of Urqopacha is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Urqopacha off on her hunt. Oh, what is this little kitty? Oh my god. tiny cat. Oh, he kind of looks like my cat. Blue coat cat. That's very cute. I can do this. I know I can. I mean, you have to. Otherwise, you don't get to be a Dawn servant. I have to cheer her on. You're gonna be king of the pirates.
Ha-ha!
Good luck there, Promise!
Why is this one voiced? The other scene would have been more important.
I don't need it.
Oh, whatever. I'll take it.
Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I stay here.
Alright. Well, have fun with that.
As will I. Urqopacha is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Tent? Aren't we just like a few steps away from... Okay, fine. Now we're gone camping.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shitona from Shak Tural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me.
Erenville lore.
But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlayan. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I just forgot about it.
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City.
What's my reason? I don't think the Warrior Light has a particular reason.
Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Like, there's a couple people here, obviously, that have reasons, but that's the one where he's like, I guess.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobly and arrange a search party.
Maybe she brought back like a whole group of fucking alpaca or something. Like now she's one with the alpaca.
Wait. Do you hear that?
There you go. Not a gold one, but that's fine.
I did it.
How stinky are you? Wait, what? Why is she exhausted? How hard would that be?
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, third promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
I'm so relieved the third promise came back to us safely. And the alpaca she tamed is a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feat of gold. Ooh, what rewards? Ice blue? Ah, these dyes suck. Okay, I guess just money, I guess. Oh, I think we're done with this side, because we get a fun picture here. Knowing the Pelu Pelu, Mablu is minded to rush ahead to the village. Urqopacha still seems a bit unsteady on her feet, hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away fatigue like magic, though? Mate tea! I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time and the tea will be ready when you arrive. What's that gonna cost me? As Mablu so wisely suggested, we set a slower pace for our exhausted third promise. Oh, that tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, third promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. It's not gold, but it'll do. Yes, we did it! Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoral Ja did. So ridiculous. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born once every few decades. They're elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Gulul Jaja himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tuliolal, in a time when the mountain giants, the Yakhui, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days, to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came the young Gulul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. So big. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yakhoi in stature and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Gulul Jaja showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Gululjaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and free the Pelupelu from the Yakhui's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So it was that a few words from Gululjaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. I've never heard the bond Papa forged with the Pelupelu spoken of in that way before. The saga's not so detailed. Then you may not know that Gululjaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up the highlands. Thus he did capture a golden alpaca. You know, maybe if you guys didn't just rely on a single image on a pillar, like, did you guys not write down these stories? I guess they could be like oral histories. But if you have people from all different locations, it might be helpful to have a better record of all this stuff. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that, Third Promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Nablu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Because it spits anyway. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pelupelu fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. Your second Pokemon badge. Five more to go. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand about alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Wuklamat. You've given me the courage to say that I wasn't sure I could ever say. Tobly, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. Oh, wait, that's his kid? Okay. I've always tried to give my awards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. Yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear that you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You'll make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Tobly. Why did I tell you, Mablu? There's one last thing I can help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yakhui. They once ruled over far more than just the Urqopacha and the Pelupelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yaktural and all its peoples. During that era, the Pelupelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yakui have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated? We lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Oh god, all the way at the top though? Gonna need some Ishgard clothing for that. Oh, Kryl, I have a question I've been meaning to ask, and since we finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring, do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Yak'Taral around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. Wouldn't that be like a 4-leaf clover? Not a 3-leaf clover? Less lucky? 20 years ago, right around the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn Servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there's more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for so many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much, thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Mablu? Time to hit the old dusty trail. Okay. Right then, that's 2 keystones down. I say we head back to Tuliolal and plan our next move. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mescal for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zoral Jaw's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Wuklamut. Everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Mablu. You might be right. And we're free! We're out of this fucking trading city. No more trades. No more excellent trades. Nevermore. It feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Zoral Jaw and his shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods know you've all been so supportive, but I just want to be strong, or wise like my brothers, to be a promise that people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on about things. Let's move on. Back to Zavalyev Tia with us. The contest has hardly begun. You just got to do some, you know, introspection. Look down deep inside. You got shortcomings. Figure out how to rectify them, you know? I feel like, I don't think she's gonna do this, but you can easily fall into the like, oh, woe is me thing a little too easily if you're not careful. Look at us. The contest has barely begun. We already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. Wait, what? But you literally saw the other brother get the second. Okay, whatever. We're doing great. We can only hope. Let's live in denial.